channel.
Biggs here, back with another brief origins where we give you the rundown of characters' beginnings. It's important to remember that some characters' origins change based on who's in the creative chair at the time. With that in mind, enjoy. Peter Parker was hanging up his Spidey suit, feeling like he didn't want to take on the responsibility anymore. As this happened, he tossed his suit in a nearby dumpster where a little while passes and Jonah Jameson discovers it. He realizes his campaign to have Spider-Man step down worked and made a spectacle on his front page news about it. This freed a rather large man to step out of the shadows and take control of the city. A man of great muscle mass, untouchable ties based on his money and his knowledge of certain people in high power places. That man's name was Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, and he was the king of the underground world of organized crime. Kingpin was making some moves to assure a takeover of the city on his end, and silencing those who would dare speak ill about him. Jonah Jameson was on his hit list for spewing words about him on the press and had a meeting with other crime bosses to assure everyone understands who's in charge. All as this was happening, Peter was trying to live a normal life. That was until he witnessed an old man being mugged by some gangs and intervened. Remembering his Uncle Ben after that incident, he decides to come out of retirement. Back at the sit-in, another crime boss dared to challenge Wilson's authority and was immediately taught a lesson by the man himself, as Fisk showed everyone that he was a master of deception, as everyone assumed his body was just fat when in actuality his body is entirely made of muscle. He demonstrates his skills as he takes a bunch of goons out with such speed and reflexes, along with the guy who spoke about taking over his crown. They then stood in line and followed his orders. They would kidnap Jameson and Spidey would attempt to rescue him. He failed to do so, eventually getting tied up for a time with Jameson in submerging water. Kingpin, assuming they would drown eventually, drained the water but realized too late that Spider-Man had a bubble containing the two from being taken to the watery grave. This would lead Kingpin and Spider-Man to battle it out once again, only this time Spidey had his number, and before he could apprehend him, the Kingpin would make a narrow escape to fight another day.
And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy our content, you know what you guys can do. You can share, you can like, or you can subscribe to our channel. When you guys subscribe to our channel, you know what you do. You guys are building our empire and allowing us to provide you guys with even much more greater content for you guys to enjoy.